Fox Sports.
We are Blackmore. We are Arizona.
25 runs over the last two nights for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Friday night, Justin Upton led the charge with a home run in the third. Last night, Jason Kubel delivered in a big way, hitting 3 home runs to lead the Diamondbacks to their 5th straight home win. Today, Josh Coleman takes them on, looking to keep the D-backs winning streak intact. It's the finale of a 3-game series, and the Diamondbacks are going for the sweep. Is there a grander state than Arizona? Well, we sure don't think so. Chase Field, downtown Phoenix, the home of the Arizona Diamondbacks. And this afternoon, it's the series finale between the Diamondbacks and the Houston Astros. Well, it's a Sanderson Ford Kids Sunday. Hello again, everybody. Along with Hall of Famer Joe Garagiola, I'm Greg Schulte. Happy to have you aboard for Diamondbacks baseball. Repeat and momentum, Joe.
I say that's today's theme. That's today's game. All the Diamondbacks have to do is repeat what they've been doing, and there is momentum on both sides. Diamondbacks got it from winning, and the Houston Astros, from what they've been reading, what they've been hearing, they're a bad ball club. They're in the big leagues, so they got to be a pretty good ball club, and they are in transition. But when you keep hearing that, and I know I lived it with Pittsburgh, 112 games we lost, and it's painful.
Well, that's our key to the game right there. Repeat and momentum. A lot of action for the Diamondbacks' last 2 ball games. A lot of runs crossing that plate. Big night last night for Jason Kubel with the 3 home runs. They'll go for the sweep here this afternoon against the Astros. Josh Coleman and Jordan Lyles, a pitching matchup. We'll be back with more. Stay with us. Baseball presented by Sanderson Ford as kids take the field with the Diamondbacks. Boy, what a treat that is, huh? Stand next, maybe perhaps your favorite player. And Diamondbacks signing autographs.
As many of you know, early Friday morning, a tragic event took place in Aurora, Colorado, resulting in multiple injuries and loss of life. Today, across the country, all Major League Baseball clubs will honor the victims, their families, and all those affected by this terrible tragedy. At this time, the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Houston Astros ask that you join in a moment of silence. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the field as we honor the United States of America and pay tribute to the men and women of our active duty armed services and our veterans. The Arizona Diamondbacks and the Houston Astros invite you to join in the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner, performed by 14-year-old Laurel Freeman.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Chase Field, Diamondbacks and Astros concluding this three-game series. Diamondbacks have pounded out 25 runs, 28 hits in the first two games of this series. Josh Coleman will get the ball today for the Diamondbacks. And Josh making his 8th start of the year. He's pitched very well for the Diamondbacks, especially in relief, and the last 3 starts been okay. 10-game winner last year, Joe.
Well, and you know, it's interesting to read that he got his arm slot back, and you got to give pitching coach Charles Nagy a little bit of credit on that. I tell you, Gibson's got some staff of coaches
Yeah, he does.
They're all number 1.
By the way, it's Charles Nagy jersey giveaway day in Cleveland, Ohio today at the Indians game.
Is that right?
Yeah. He had a pretty good career, no doubt about it. But he's watching the Diamondbacks play here at Chase Field as he needs to be. Here's the first pitch of the old ball game. And it's fouled out of play, strike 1. Roof panels closed as you would expect on a hot, sultry day outside. Monsoon period is up and humidity's up. Ran it in on him.
Greg, talking about coaches, the third base coach for the Houston Astros.
You like him?
He's the busiest coach I've ever seen. Never in the box, walking all over.
That's Dave Clark. It's popped up. Hill or Parra. Hill has it. One away. Let's take a look at the lineup real quick for the Astros. We've seen Altuve, Gonzalez, Moore in the 3 spot. Johnson batting cleanup. Bogusevic, Maxwell, Schaefer, Corporon, and the pitcher Jordan Lyles.
You know, we talked about a little bit of momentum. When you're on a ball club that loses a lot, it's painful. You got to go out there every day, and I go back to having lived that life. And you're tired of reading and hearing about you're a bad ball club. You're in the big leagues. You're a big league player.
This Houston ball club comes in here at 34-61. They're 10-40 on the road.
They're in transition, and this is a ball club that had guys like Bagwell and Biggio and Caminiti and the rest.
Bergman. There's a high strike for Coleman. Well, the 2004 Arizona Diamondbacks lost 111 ball games. Brad Mills, the guy in charge of the Astros, and sometimes he may have to stay with the pitcher a little longer just to see what he can do in certain situations. We talked about that the other night.
I tell you, when you're on a ball club like that, Muddy Rule had a great saying: when you do the best you can and all you can, sometimes you just have to sit there and bleed.
Gonzalez on the changeup there, fouled it back, and the count is 2-2. Coleman trying to win his second of the year now. He's in the rotation, having replaced Trevor Bauer. This was Bauer's spot. Here's a foul out of play.
You know, just one little feeling of the difference in winning and losing. The Dodgers were the big team when I was at Pittsburgh. They were winning. We'd lose 112 games by the end of the year. They'd come in and say, hey, we got a new way to get a pitcher.
There's a bleeder to center of base hit.
Says what we do is we send all the pitchers in one room. Whoever wins the fight gets to pitch against you guys. You know, you read that in the paper and that hurts.
There's the outfield today. Justin Upton going to get a day off. Parr's over in right field. The rookie Wheeler at third. Drew back at short. Hill and Overbay at first base for Goldsmith. Montero catching Coleman. I'm sure J-Up's not real happy about being on the bench, but Diamondbacks right now in a stretch playing 20 straight days without a day off. So everybody's going to get a day or two. And today happens to be that day for Upton. Ball went up higher to Scott Moore. Boy, that guy had a night last night, didn't he?
Oh, he had a great year last night.
Yeah.
You kidding? 3 home runs.
Now the new National League leader in runs batted in. Jason Kubel. He's manning left field. Don't forget about those 11 outfield assists out there either. Big swing and a miss by Moore.
And on an interview, he almost apologizes for doing all that. I mean, it's a great thing when you got a ball player with that kind of ability who really doesn't think the world sets on his head.
It's almost like he's embarrassed to be interviewed
yeah.
for his for what he has accomplished, but he has fun playing the game.
Almost a lot like Reggie Jackson used to be.
Yeah, right. Reggie's still making news these days. He's been retired for how many years now?
I don't know.
2-1 the count.
I told him once, you're never going to be satisfied unless you die in your own arms. He was really something.
He lived for the moment, didn't he?
Yes, he did. I loved him.
There's a little floater that's going to go foul. Almost sounded like the bat was broke by Moore. Moore's got to go and get a new bat, so we'll look at the bat of Jason Kubel last night. This one just getting out. Left field. He pulls this one to right. And then this one, left center. That's some kind of power. He ought to be smiling.
I said one thing. He didn't show any discrimination. He used the whole ballpark.
Bowman will throw to first. Kyle Overbay start over there today. So the Diamondbacks going for a sweep here and trying to get this homestand off to a rocking start. 7 more after this one here before they head out again. National miss outside. And a full count on Scott Moore, who is playing first base today for Brad Mills' club. Keep an eye on the runner. Gonzalez over at first. He is going. The pitch is in the air into center for Chris Young. He has it. That's out number 2. You know, the Astros ball club too, Joe, they are struggling. We've talked about they're struggling on the road 10-40. They are finishing off a stretch here where 17 of their last 20 games have been on the road.
Third baseman, number 23.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That is really tough. And you look at that scoreboard and you don't have enough crooked numbers. It gets painful. It really does.
And a lot of trade rumors. Trades have already come down for this Houston ball club. That might be the next guy going. Wandy Rodriguez, the little left-hander. There's a strike.
Nothing you can do.
No.
I mean, you know, there's not a lot of speeches made when you get traded.
Astros started off well. This ball club at one time, Houston was 22-23, 45 games into the season. There's a pitch outside.
You're in that part of the season right now, though, Greg, where like the Giants win, the Dodgers win, you win, you lose a day off the schedule, and that becomes very important.
And counting today's game, the Diamondbacks have 68 left. So that tells you you're closing in on 100 games played. This is number 95 for the D-backs. There's a foul out of play. And the month of the rest of this month and then the month of August become very, very important heading into that final month of September.
And you got to keep, as a manager, you have to keep your ball club thinking about today. Don't worry about tomorrow or next week or whatever, especially about this time of the year. You'll be worried about what you're going to do in September and you get traded. You don't have to worry anymore.
Ball 2 strikes the count. And Josh will miss a little bit outside. Montero got the last couple of innings off last night in that blowout win. Henry Blanco got a chance to play, so Miggy's back out there today. He's a grinder. He'd play every day if Kirk Gibson would allow him.
He was in the batting cage taking hitting practice, hitting that ball to the opposite field. He knows what he has to do. He's a good all-around player.
There's a high fly ball to center. Young under. Getting over. No runs a hit. Man left. Diamondbacks going to take a look at Jordan Lyles in the bottom of the first inning. No score. Josh Coleman had 2 fly ball outs and a pop to second. And now as we move to the bottom of the first inning, let's take a look at Kirk Gibson's lineup. Parra in the leadoff spot, Drew batting second. And then the red-hot hitting Aaron Hill and Jason Kubel. Montero, young Overbay, the rookie Wheeler, and pitcher Josh Coleman. And they are facing 21-year-old right-hander Jordan Lyles. 2.6 ERA, rather high. Inning 68, 23 walks, about 11 home runs. Fastball, throws a curve, slider, change. 21 years old, so he's a baby in the big leagues. First to test him, Gerardo Parra. Ian Bloomquist, kind of the Energizer bunnies for this Diamondbacks club. Strike one.
It's amazing how many times the first pitch is always a fastball. These Diamondbacks, they take advantage of it too. Didn't that time, but they get them.
Parra likes that leadoff spot or the number 2 spot in the order. And he's hit .319, either batting first or second. And he's a much different hitter in the leadoff spot, especially leading off a ball game. He'll be a little bit more patient, take some pitches on his teammates to see what Lyles is featuring. His helmet's starting to get pretty dirty up there, isn't it? Around the not Biggio type dirty. Bouncer up the middle, base hit. Nice start to the day for Gerardo Parra.
Well, they'll test the move of young Lyles, because Parra likes to run, and you can see Drew taking a good look at his third base coach, Matt Williams.
Well, every time a Diamondback player hits a home run this season, Fulton Homes will donate $150 to the Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association. Drew right now swinging a good bat. Average only a .214, but he's made a lot of hard outs.
He really has. He's hit the ball hard. I don't like those lob tosses to first base. Do you?
You like the firm throw.
Oh, you got to concentrate.
Sell it.
Yeah. I mean, that throw over there is just a commercial that I know you're there. Take a look and you'll see that.
Drew takes one low and in. Ball one. Corporon is a catcher today. He had a very high percentage of thrown out runners in the minor leagues.
Coaches like when a player like Drew takes a long look at the signs that are being given, because there's always somebody on the bench trying to steal them.
Oh yeah, you got your thieves over there that are trying to pick your pocket. Ground ball to second. Should be a double play. Altuve goes to Gonzalez and then on to first to Moore, and that erases a base runner and 2 quick outs here in the first inning. Tailor-made right there.
Second baseman, number 2.
4-6-3, a little Jose Altuve. It's Maxwell Schaefer, Bogusevic in the outfield. Altuve's the second baseman, Gonzalez is short. We just saw those two. Corner infielders Johnson and Moore, and Corporon catching Lyles. Listed at 5'5", we don't even think he's that, but he's a lot of fun to watch. Pretty good little ball player. Jose Altuve out at second.
Tell you, as an infielder, size doesn't mean much. Is how agile are you? Because the only place you really got to defend yourself is when you got the double play in order and you're the pivot man. Because runners like to try to staple you to the left field wall.
There's a strike to Aaron Hill. How hot's this guy been, Joe? Aaron Hill.
A couple of deals that Kevin has made. I mean, Kubel, forget about it. It's out of sight, and Hill's been great.
Bounces. This Houston ball club came into Chase Field last season. They were reeling at the time, and the Diamondbacks were really playing well. Houston won the first game 9-1, and then the Diamondbacks really had to scrap to get the last 3 victories. There's a broken bat. Ground ball to second. Altuve to first. That bat went right past the pitcher Lyles. So a hit. Nobody left. We played one, and there is no score. Baseball is brought to you in part by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. There's so much to do in this wonderful state of Arizona. You know, the back roads or to the mountains. You can get snow in the wintertime. You got the desert heat. I mean, it truly indeed is a Grand Canyon state. And you bring the family to the baseball game down here. You got a roof that you can be comfortable.
You sound great. Now I want to hear you praise that Haboob that was here yesterday.
It looked good on the video that I saw. It was very impressive, that wall of dust.
Wasn't
glad I was here.
Something.
Yeah, that was not a lot of fun. Coleman allowed a hit in the first inning. Bogusevich leading off here on a 2-2 count. That's a big glove for a little girl.
She could sleep in it.
Is this the right hand? There's a little floater foul.
Hey, when we get a chance, I wrote down why I was not a good hitter.
Okay.
A scientific dissertation that
so it's not just looking at your career batting average.
No,
okay.
nothing.
There's a little floater to third right of Wheeler for the out one away. Probably got a little time right here.
All right, it says to hit a ball traveling at more than 90 miles per hour, which reaches home plate in just under a half second or about 400 milliseconds, a player first has to see the ball, processing images and information in the usual cortex. He must decide whether to swing in about 200 milliseconds, a process requiring him.
Well, he made up his mind in a hurry. That ball by Maxwell is gone. It's a home run. Center field. Does that apply to him?
No, it doesn't, because he processed requiring him to perfect several specialized functions of the eye-brain connection. If I knew what a cortex was, I would have been a good hitter.
1-0 Houston. This ball was smoked.
He hit it right on the cortex.
That's his 9th home run of the year. Look at that ball fly. Jordan Baker, the second base umpire, is in for Kerwin Danley. Came up with a hand and started wiggling the finger, indicating home run.
He's a big, tall guy. He had a good night behind the plate the other night.
Schaefer, a swing and miss. Schaefer led off in the ball game here on Friday night. Was on 3 times, but twice was caught stealing. He's batting 7th here this afternoon, and he just spoils that pitch from Coleman.
I tell you, Montero is really special behind the plate. Not because he throws a lot of people out, but the other day, when he threw to second base, he moved out, got out of the way of any confusion, didn't get the man, but he did cut down his lead.
Pitch outside.
We talked about that one day, and I said that's the toughest play in the world for a catcher to try to pick off somebody at second base.
40%'s pretty darn good throwing out base runners. There's a foul back. Miggy back near the screen and makes the catch. There you go, Joe. What you're talking about Friday?
I mean, he guns you out. Wasn't even close. All he had to do then was catch the ball. Drew had to catch it, and they slid right into it.
That 40% caught stealing leads the major leagues.
No doubt about it. He does another thing that's great when he tries the little deke that he puts on, like it's getting past him.
Yeah. Tries to sell it so the runner will start, and then he can pick him off. The other thing he's good at is right out from the behind the plate on a little dribbler in front of the plate.
Oh, yeah, he's quick. We talked about that other play, and I said I saw it once. A catcher with the Cardinals, Clyde Klutz, did it with a guy named Van Stinges on base. I said, take another step, and then you can sell it. He's a good receiver.
Ball and a strike. And some interesting names back then. Clyde Klutz.
I think he changed it. Used to be Nick Blake.
There's a base hit back up the middle by Corcoran. Corcoran's had a good series here. That's his 5th hit. where this ball was.
He's down low. He went down, got it, and hit it right back up the middle.
Third hit of the ball game for Houston, and this is the pitcher Jordan Lyles, who is 2 for 17 at the plate, has an RBI. And he skies this one out into shallow right center. Hill calling for it, has it. Side retired. Well, the Diamondbacks drilled by a run on a Maxwell home run, but a guy who had 3 last night, Jason Kubel, will lead off for the Diamondbacks, bottom of the second. Today's game brought to you by Miller Lite. Justin Maxwell a home run for a 1-0 Houston lead, but the guy who hit 3 last night with those 6 runs batted in, Jason Kubel, lead off. He now leads the National League. So ahead of Carlos Beltran. Carlos Gonzalez and his Rockies will be in there tomorrow night. David Wright next weekend for 4 games, and then Ryan Braun. What a year for Kubel. I don't think anybody's questioning what Kevin Towers had in mind when they signed him now. What a year.
I tell you, Kubel was an unknown name, mystery guest, but boy, everybody in Phoenix area knows about him.
And he leads off here against Lyles, who gave up a hit to Parr in the first inning, but they got a double play ball on the ground out. Kubel's career high in home runs is 28. He hit 28 in 09 for the Twins, drove it 103. Swing and a miss, 1-1. He is now at 20 home runs or better for the 4th time in his career. High towering drive down the right field line. If it's fair, it is going to go. He hits the ball. He did it again. And everybody to their feet. Yeah, you better smile. He knows he's locked in right now.
The reaction on the bench is going to be good.
It's a full home run, so that's another $150 going to Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association. Wow.
I tell you, man, he's doing a great imitation of Babe Ruth.
Well, if you're Don Baylor there, the hitting coach, just say, hey, you're going. I'm not going to talk to you. You keep doing what you're doing. Montero lines a base hit to left field. Didn't know if it was going to stay fair, Joe, but once it hits that pole, it is a fair ball.
Oh, yeah. Got that belt high. He didn't look at that pitch. He knew it was gone, too. Bongo. Gave it that good Lionel Hampton sound.
21 and 71 now for Kubel. 21 homers, 71 runs batted in. 7 RBI in the last 2 games.
Boy, he just doesn't let that pitch get by him. Good.
It's into shallow center. Schaefer. Over 7. Schaefer, the center fielder, has it. Brings out number 1.
First baseman, number 36.
Whatever you're doing, Jason, just keep doing it. Right? Repeat.
Talk about a guy that's really in the groove, huh?
Well, since June 20th, first in home runs, first in runs batted in, second in slugging, and second in OPS. That's in the majors. Lyle Overbay getting a start today for Paul Goldschmidt. And he takes the ball down low. So this game tied just like that. Overbay had a pinch hit in the ball game the other night, and that snapped an 0 for 16 slide for him. He'll take it low.
You know, it's always good when your team give up a home run in the other inning and boom, they come right back in the bottom half and tie it up, because the momentum goes to the first guy that scores. And Kubel made sure that, hey, let's be tied again.
Good cut by Overbay, but he fouls it back. Kubel last night homered in the first, fourth, and sixth innings. He's homered in the second here today. Remember the first game back after he'd missed a few games in Chicago, his first game in Cincinnati. First 2 times up he hit home runs. He's on a tear. And you're going to score some runs if you get on base ahead of him.
He's in his own personal home run derby. Everybody's shaking hands with him and asking, what are you doing? What are you doing different?
They gave him the silent treatment on his 3rd home run last night.
That probably was the leader right there, Roberts.
Overbay's in the hitter's count here, 3 balls and a strike, and he hits one back up the middle. And a nice play. They get the out at second. They do not get the out at first. Very nice play there by the shortstop Gonzalez, who made the backhanded flip to Altuve on the bag to retire Montero for the second out of the inning. Maybe he wanted to make sure before he left the bag that he was out.
That's getting to be a pretty common play now, with the infielder grabbing the ball and just flipping while it's still in the glove.
Now the rookie Ryan Wheeler, who's had 1 hit since coming to the big leagues. He got that in his first big league game.
He's got a good looking swing, man.
Who was the best phantom double play turner that you ever went? Look at Altuve here. He's not even on the bag.
He knows where it is, though.
But he never got it.
Oh, he never got there.
He never got it.
Yeah, and I just got through talking about Jordan Baker having a good night behind the plate and didn't even touch the bag. Phantom double play, you said?
Yeah. That was phantom there. It was a foul out of play.
I never saw a guy miss a bag by that much.
Well, he reached for it and then he kind of kicked at it. Missed it both times, but he sold it, I guess. 1-2 countdown. Wheeler. If you just tuned in, Jason Kubel has done it again. Home run his first time at bat here in the second. Tied the game.
That was an American Legion curveball if there ever was one. Big, good-looking kid, isn't he?
Yeah, 6'3". And getting a start, second big league start here today. He fouls that one back. Had a good rip at it.
Tough pitch, up and in.
Diamondbacks in their last 25 home games have gone 18-7. They're playing at home now like they did last year. They got up to kind of a sluggish start at Chase Field, but really picked it up. It's May 23rd, first in a lot of categories. There goes a runner and a little flare, and Altuve is out. He'll run it down in shallow right field to end the inning. But Jason Kubel, 4 homers now, 2 games. First time up today. Hits the pole down the right field line. Let's tie this ball game away. Nice reception for Jason Kubel as he goes out to left field. Take his position after hitting yet another home run, and he acknowledges the crowd. And there you go, baseball for a young lady. How about that?
That'll get him some votes for the All-Star game.
He should have been there, shouldn't he?
He should have been there. It's right.
500th career run batted in on that solo home run for Jason Kubel. 71 is a member of the Diamondbacks in his first year here. And Coleman are back to work down to tie game. He throws a strike to Jose Altuve, their leadoff hitter. He was an all-star, Altuve. 22 years old. Not the youngest Astro, though, Joe, to go to an all-star game. That was Cesar Cedeno.
Oh, yeah.
Good outfielder, could fly. There's a foul back.
Good hitter.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sitting here thinking about that guy missing second base on the
That's bothering
play.
you.
It's bothering me because that's where we got that the term neighborhood. If you're in the neighborhood, the guy's out. And he was in the neighborhood.
Well, he really wasn't much in the neighborhood.
No, he just barely. He was right at the, now watch this now. Watch the pivot. He just, whoops, he missed the zip code. He missed the county line. But he was in the neighborhood. You know, it's like at home plate. When you caught a ball with 2 hands, you protected the ball in the bare hand with your glove, and the umpire never really sees you tag anybody because there's always a collision. And so if you got the ball there ahead of time, he's out.
Coleman misses up high. The count's full of 3-2 now on Altuve. Yeah, we've seen runners called out with a catcher making a tag with a glove. The ball's not in the glove.
That was in the World Series,
yeah.
too.
3-2 pitch is high. He walked him ball 4. Well, the third inning brought to you by Miller Lite. Visit local retailers. Text road trip to the Miller Taste Team at 620-620 for your chance to win one of 3 interdivision rival flyaway trips this summer.
Well, Brad Mills really likes to bunt. You know that.
Yeah.
He bunted a few times here. Unlike Earl Weaver, who said bunt early, get a run, lose the game late. That was his philosophy.
And he played for the 3-run homer.
Oh, he hated the bunt. He used to come up with some great sayings, though.
His arguments were legendary with the umpires. He and Ron Luciano.
He was out there talking to, I think, Jim Palmer for a while one time. They asked him when he came in, what were you talking about? He said, I have to talk to him. He said, I talked to him more than I did my first wife. Does that make sense in a baseball game?
Altuve's walk was his 20th of the season. Not really a high total. He could get a few more, but he likes to get himself on base, swinging the bat. Dave Clark going to start moving around now.
Oh,
the
look
third
where
base
he is.
coach. Yeah, well, he's got a base runner he can work with.
He just walks all over the place.
Marwin Gonzalez had a base hit to center his first time up. Josh hasn't got his real good command yet here in the ball game.
Here's where I would get on with Clark. He's almost on the baseline right now. I mean, he walked up. I don't know if he's trying to steal a sign or what he's trying to do. But he's busy.
Man in motion.
Oh, is he ever? Maybe he's getting paid by the mile.
That's a nice pitch for Coleman, and drops a strike in there on Marwin Gonzalez.
Well, you could see that ball move. Look at Clark. Look at Clark. Right there.
That was a different move than we'd seen previously. Matt looks like he's stationary compared to Clark.
Yeah,
Matt moves around a lot.
Does he ever? He beats the runner, and he's not that fast.
Time is called here. Altuve will run. He has swiped 16. He's on here to start the inning with a walk. Coleman will do his best to keep him close to the bag. If he does run, Montero can gun him down. Bobby Meacham, the first base coach for the Astros. Falling behind 2-1.
This is always a manager's delight to run people. Colementor has an elongated delivery, so to speak. I mean, he gives you a little bit of time. This guy likes to run.
There he goes. Pitch is fouled back, so they started the runner, and Gonzalez swinging the bat fouled it.
It's funny, but there are certain counts, 2 balls and 1 strike, that managers all like. Got a slow start. That was a hit and run play.
Yeah,
anytime you see that runner look back at the hitter, he's trying to find the ball.
So Brad Mills started the runner. Now the runner has to return, and the foul ball by the switch hitting Marwin Gonzalez, and the count's gone to 2-2. And a good cut at it. The ball was up a little bit. Fouled it back.
A lot of managers don't like to run that guy with the left-hand hitter up there with that big hole between first and second, and that's what he's checking right now. Gonzalez is there a play on? And of course, it's hard to focus in on Clark at third base because he's moving.
Josh really slows things up when runners are on base. And that's the case here. The leadoff man on. There's a line drive to short. That's going to be a double play. Altuve got caught out there, and he got that play in front of him. He was way off the bag, and he's doubled up 6-3.
Boy, Drew knew exactly what he was going to do. Just make an accurate throw.
So Altuve doubled up. Each team now has turned to double play. 2 outs for Coleman here, and here's Scott Moore. The first baseman, strike 1.
You have to pitch inside. If you're going to win, you have to pitch inside. It's as simple as all that.
And that a lot of pitchers don't like to do that.
No, and that's why they don't win. Cole Mentor comes inside. Bob Gibson was the greatest. He says the middle of the plate belongs to the hitter. The 2.5 inches on the inside part and the outside part, that's mine. And that's the only place he threw it. And he had 9 pitches, including a knockdown and a pushback.
1-2 pitch to Scott Moore is hit into the air pretty deep right. Back goes Parra and played off the wall. Kicks it around a little bit. Moore will get into second base. I guarantee you Parra was thinking, throwing him out at second, but didn't quite come up with a handle. But it's 2-out double for Moore. That ball didn't miss by getting out of here by too much. Nice swing.
That ball was inside. Would have been a strike. I'm surprised they didn't pull it foul, but he timed it perfectly. Clark is looking all over the place, walking.
Chris Johnson, the batter, with an RBI opportunity here with 2 men out on the double by Moore. 4 Houston hits now off Coleman. Strike 1.
Clark is closer to the Diamondbacks dugout than any place. There's a good shot of him.
He's right in front of our cameraman. There's a foul out of play. Can't you call him on that, Joe?
Well, you know, staying in the coach's box, I think you can move back as far as you want, but moving forward, you know, it's one of those things you're nitpicking. But where he is, if you wanted to kind of agitate him and get him worked up, you'd say, hey, he's trying to steal my signs.
Coming to try to get that 3rd out and keep the Astros off the board here, and a foul back by Johnson. You might as well get rid of the third base coach's box, right?
It looks nice, though. It really does. You got to have a third base coaching box.
He is closer to the plate than Charles Nagy and Alan Trammell, who are standing there, and the manager Kirk Gibson. Another 0-2 pitch from Coleman here with 2 down, and a little floater back over the screen.
Boy, you could see Montero move in, and Coleman hit the target and tied him up. Lucky to foul it off. See those elbows come back? He's got pretty good control of what he wants to do.
Coleman's had to work a little bit. He's closing in on 60 pitches and not yet through 3 innings in this game.
He could sell his shirt for a billboard.
And pitches into the dirt. Well, fans don't want that. They don't want advertising on the uniforms. They voted on that in this series. It's being talked about.
You're kidding.
I believe they're going to do that in the NBA.
What?
NBA. Advertising on the uniform.
Oh, man, come on.
Sponsorships. Because I think 94% said no when they had the question pulled. There's a pop fly to center for Chris Young. Settles under it. And has it. And the side retired. There was a walk in the inning, but a line dive double play, and then a double man left, and it's still a 1-1 ball game.
Full week for me, you know, getting called up in Minnesota and then getting designated, flying back, and then finding out I got claimed by Arizona, and then just packing up my entire place, you know, in about 12 hours and then flying out here. So it's been a whirlwind, but it's been all great things and just so excited to be here.
Week for the newest Arizona Diamondback. Our Geico quote of the game: Brad Bergeson claimed off of waivers, activated today to make room on the roster. They optioned Brian Shaw to AAA Reno, but a young man that came up in the Orioles organization, and it's good news that he lockers next to David Hernandez. They spent a lot of time in the Birds minor leagues and major league system, and so it was nice to walk into that locker room and have a friendly face, but most likely he'll be used in long relief, supplanting the guy who just grounded out to first base, Josh Comenter, as we take a look once again at the roster with Brian Shaw, who recently really struggled with walks, and that's one thing that Kevin Towers and Kurt Gibson not very pleased about, relievers who come in and walk guys, and so Shaw sent down to AAA, and Brad Bergeson is the newest Arizona Diamondbacks. Good addition to this club. Greg Schulte, back to you.
All right, thank you, Brad. There's Kevin Towers, the Diamondbacks general manager. Now watching this ball game this afternoon. Coleman's grounded out, one away. Bergeson is 26 years old. He won't be 27 until September. 6'2", 210-pounder, right-hander. And he was a fourth-round pick back in 2004 by the Orioles. So he has joined the ball club. There he is in the bullpen. The trading deadline getting a little bit closer. 31st. We are on the 22nd. Count on Parra has gone to 0-2.
I tell you, there's a lot of guys in both leagues that are sending out their laundry on one-day service.
Yeah. And when they're going on a road trip, maybe packing a few more clothes, right?
Yeah. Bob Gebhardt, along with Kevin Towers, if they get a call, and he's been on the phone, that hit him.
Yeah. You can hear him up
on
here.
The elbow.
Oh! Parra will go down to first base, hit by a pitch. Third hit batter. Yeah, that didn't feel too good right there, did it?
No, right on the elbow.
Third hit batter for Lyles on the air. Parra, the second time he's been hit by a pitch.
He's not a big target, of course, but he feels it, but he's going to take a little bit of time. I don't blame him.
Parra's a base runner here with one man out of the inning. 11 steals in the air, been caught 5 times. Stephen Drew now will be the batter after we get a little more time for Parra. Plate umpire Dana DeMuth, who's also the crew chief here, just going to kind of let Parra gather his thoughts over there and see if he's ready to go. And he says he is, so here we go. Drew first time up, hit into a 4-6-3 double play. Throw over to first. Runner back. Second time around the order now for the Diamondbacks against right-hander Jordan Lyles. They managed 3 hits against him first time around. The 1 run, the home run by Kubel.
Parra, he makes the other team know that he's on the field, whether it's on defense or offense. He makes things happen. Mr. Ricky used to talk about guys like that and make things happen. And there are guys who just watch, and then there are guys who watch but don't know what's going on.
Branch Rickey.
Oh, he was so far ahead of his time.
1-0 count on Stephen Drew. Parra started and stopped. Drew took a strike. He figured out the farm system before anybody else.
Oh, one time he owned the whole league.
Yeah. And he would accumulate the players, wouldn't he?
Oh, man.
Drew's got some hitting room on that right side with Moore holding the base runner Parra. And a little bit outside, says Dana DeMuth. 2 balls and a strike. Diamondbacks trying to get within a game of 500 with a win here today. The Rockies come in next for 3, and then the Mets will wrap up this homestand with 4 starting on Thursday.
You know, you would think that Gibson's giving signs, but he's got to have somebody on that bench because he sits there when there's a stealing order like a statue.
There goes Parras caught, and he is out at first. Eric Young going to argue with Doug Eddings, and so is Gerardo Park. It looked like he brought his hand up. Maybe the tag was missed, and then he got it down. And I think that's what EY is arguing right now. Well, it looked like Park might have gotten back in there. Another phantom.
I don't know. He might have got him on the elbow. Watch the right elbow, Greg.
No, I think he missed him.
Get a good look at it right now. He missed him.
Yeah. It's 2 misses today by the umpires. 1 at first, 1 at second. So that erases a base runner.
We got a new statistic coming. Phantom plays.
Yeah, 2 of them here.
2 of them today.
Parras started and stopped. He got a big old weld on that arm for where he got hit, too. Here's a 3-2.
That's where he got tagged, too.
The pickoff, Corporon 2, Moore the first baseman. Erasing the base runner. Now Drew tries to get on with 2 outs, and he'll swing and miss in this inning. Comes to an out. 3 in the books here. Diamondbacks and the Astros tied at 1. Arizona Diamondbacks baseball is brought to you in part by Gila River Casinos, proud partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks, and by Valley Chevy. See your Valley Chevy dealer or visit valleychevy.com. Tied at 1 here as we move to the 4th inning at Chase Field. A couple of home runs, one by Maxwell for the Astros in the top of the 2nd. And then Jason Kubel, 4th in 2 ball games, leading off the bottom of the 2nd. Josh Coleman goes back to work. Has 59 pitches through 3 innings. He's got Maxwell to lead it off. And a strike gets ahead of it. Excuse me, this is Bogusevic. Maxwell on deck. Foul back.
Boy, there was a good example with that shot of what Ted Williams talks about, that you can fool a hitter inside. You can really tie him up. The ball outside, you can't fool him as much.
0-2 count here on the hitter. Checking his bat, make sure he didn't crack it. evidently satisfied that he did not.
Good breaking ball.
Astros have left 3. Diamondbacks have left 1 in a swing and a miss. Josh Coleman registers his first strikeout of the afternoon.
Just went straight down.
Left fielder Justin Maxwell.
Now Justin Maxwell with that home run.
The pitchers, the pitches by the pitchers are better merchandise now with their names. Cutters, backdoor sliders. Never used to be that way.
No.
Guy had a fastball, a curveball, and a changeup.
Yep.
Now he's got a cutter. What's a backdoor slider?
Foul back to the screen as Maxwell had a good cut at it.
Screwball, right? Backdoor slider?
Kind of a combination.
Curveball. At least on the playground, you call it the big bad bender. I like that. That was a bender, a big bad one right there. I call that pitch.
1-2 count. Well, that guy knew a little something about pitching. Former Diamondback Greg Swindell, who's here today, known as Zeke. Swing and a miss.
He's moving that ball around really well right now. Mr. Colemanter is.
It's the best inning he's had going so far. Back-to-back strikeouts.
Eddie Dyer, the manager, used to talk about pitchers like that. He'd say, thrower, no. Pitcher, yeah. You want to be a pitcher, not a thrower. And the guy'd hit a triple, and he'd say, he's back to throwing.
This is Jordan Schaefer, the speedy center fielder, and he fouls one out of play. First and third got him a little bit.
A lot of foul balls hit off him, though.
He's got a pretty good inning going here with a couple of strikeouts to start things off. 1-1 count on the hitter, Jordan Schaefer. And in the center, and Young, who's been busy out there. It's his fourth put out of the ball game, and that's it for Houston. Aaron Hill, Jason Kubel, Miguel Montero coming up for the D-backs. Baseball presented by Sanderson Ford. And a lot of kids here today watching the Diamondbacks and the Astros play in the finale of this 3-game series.
Second baseman, Aaron Hill.
And right now, after offensive explosions in the first 2 games, Diamondbacks have been limited to 1 run in a tie game. A home run by Kubel. Diamondbacks got 13 runs here on Friday night, a dozen more yesterday or last night. But have not yet solved Lyles today. He'll ground it out first time up, breaking his bat. Takes inside ball 1, 1-0. Must be very bright here indoors.
What that cap?
I like that cap, huh?
Yeah. Cooperstown.
Yeah, Cooperstown collection.
Oh, it's got the emblems of the teams.
Looked like the Cubby Bear was on the front of it.
Boy, it was great watching
Yeah.
the Hall of Fame. Ron Santo, his wife, what a tremendous job that he did. Oh,
Excellent speech.
excellent.
And Santo going in. Barry Larkin. Ground ball here is short. Gonzalez goes out hill, 1 away. And Tim McCarver went into the broadcaster wing.
It's about time.
Ford Frick Award.
Should never do this, but I voted for him. I wanted him in there. I think he and Joe Buck do a great job. Here's Kubel, the man of the hour, the man of the month, the man of the year, the man. Ooh.
Jason, that one right down the right field line last time up, and it hit the pole. Swing and a miss.
Breaking ball.
0-2 count.
Hey, Mr. Lyles just gets the ball from the catcher and fires. He doesn't fool around, and that's the way it is when you got good stuff and you pitch like that. You get good defensive plays.
Foul. I guarantee you, other teams now watching Kubel are taking notice. As a hitter, you got to love that sound. That's a nightmare for a pitcher.
Oh, I'm telling you.
He had 27 runs batted in. He'll strike out here, but he had 27 runs batted in June, already 21 here in July. This is the 22nd. And he missed a few games.
Lyles has been very impressive. His pitching to Kubel there, he showed you something. To a curveball per strike, and then the rest were fastballs. And he spotted the fastball up and in. It was not a strike, but with 2 strikes, you can't take it.
His last start was in San Diego on the 17th, and he went 6 innings, allowed 11 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, a home run, 218 pitches. Montero to base hit to left his first time up.
That big curveball he throws, but the 4th one he throws, it's kind of like a rainbow kind of a curveball, like it's just not snapping it off. There's another one.
Way out. 2-0 now Montero, and the catcher Corpron will go out for a visit.
You know, your curveball, you throw it like that, don't throw it for a strike or we're going to be behind again. I can catch, but I can't catch those. You got to like the way this kid's throwing, and I especially like that he's chewing bubble gum instead of that garbage tobacco.
There you go. Miggy is swing and a miss. 92-mile-per-hour heater. 2-1 count. He's working that gum too, isn't he?
Oh, isn't he though? Tobacco doesn't help you be a better player.
Montero fouled down the left field line, out of play. Let's take a look at our high-speed pitch, brought to you by CenturyLink. 94.89. So Lyles has gotten it up there. Josh, 89 miles per hour. Montero, hard hit ball, but Altuve going to his right field, serves him out. And the Diamondbacks held to 1 run here in 4 innings. A lot of gum there, Joe.
Yeah.
by signing up at one of the 16 interactive kiosks right here at Chase Field during any Arizona Diamondbacks regular season home game. Your chance to win. More signage, but they're not showing us right now. They're holding off, I guess.
Well, Greg, we talked about repeat and momentum. I think we're seeing it. Although the Diamondbacks have not repeated what they've been doing, but the momentum, there's some in that Houston dugout, I'll tell you.
Josh Coleman goes to work here in the 5th inning against Carlos Corporan, who fouls one out of play. He's got a base hit. Corporan and then Lyles, the pitcher, and Altuve. Corporan has gone 4 for 6 in this series with a home run and 3 runs batted. Switch hitting catcher. This one's foul and out of play. 0-2. Coleman had his first 1-2-3 inning of the 4th inning. And Lyles had his first 1-2-3 inning in the 4th. Way outside.
That's why the standing of a ball club doesn't mean that much. This is quite a ball game we got going today.
Yeah, 1-1 here. Almost halfway through. That's a little bleeder. And Hill, nice running catch. Or could get to the outfield one away. One hit hard and was able to track it down. The importance of retiring that number 8 hitter leading off an inning.
Hill gets a good break on that ball.
He's done a terrific job defensively for the Diamondbacks. We always talk about his offense, but his defense has been really top of the line. Lyles takes a strike.
He's old-fashioned second baseman. He touches second base on double plays.
We had a missed tag of the foot by Altuve, and we had a miss at first base on Parr getting back in. A sweep tag that didn't get Parr until he had his hand on the base. But both were ruled out.
I remember doing a game, Torrey was on second base. He tried to pick off, and Gorman was the umpire. And he called him out, and there was like a conversation going on. And finally, he called him safe. And after the game, when I asked about it, Torrey said to him, when Gorman said, "But the ball was here ahead of you." He said, "Yeah, but I'm sitting on the ball."
Second baseman, Jose Altuve.
Now that's missing the play pretty good. He's sitting on the ball.
Two outs here. Here's Jose Altuve, who has popped his second walk, and he skies one down the right field line. Well, these are the 2 plays that we're talking about. This one at second base. Look at Altuve. Kick at it, never got it, but an out was registered. And then the double play. And then look at this, missed tag at first. Which brings us, Joe, to our Nissan textbook question. Is it finally time for full replay?
No.
A yes, B, no. So despite that, you say leave it in the hands of the umpire.
Yes, sir. Leave it in the hands of the umpire so that it gives the broadcasters something to talk about. The fans will second guess you, and the umpires do a good job.
Here's the 1-1 and a strike.
And the preceding was a paid political announcement
by Joe Garagiola.
No, I had good time with the umpires. I really did.
Well, you can vote A, yes, B, no. Coleman just misses a tad outside. Did he miss or did he not miss?
Well, Montero, I tell you, he would have made a good pickpocket, boy. He moved that glove just enough.
Now a drive into left, and that's a hit for Altuve. Who has to play? And he'll get it back in. Holds Altuve to a 2-out double. He ripped that ball. This little guy only knows one way to play, and that's hard. Look at him taking off.
He knew that ball was extra bases. He's thinking 3, but then he said, nope, I better slow down here.
This is 23rd double, go along with 4 triples and 5 home runs. And he gets himself into scoring position for Marwin Gonzalez, who's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Switch hitting shortstop.
There's our man at third base coaching box walking around no man's land.
Third base coaching box, kind of a misnomer for him.
For anybody.
Strike.
First base is the same way. They never stand in the box.
Oh.
But you need it. It's part of the game. There it is. And there's third.
Well, if you had a rover in baseball, Dave Clark would be a rover, a third base coach.
Tell you, he gives you all he's got.
Coleman trying to get out of this inning, keep it a 1-1 ball game. He needs to retire Gonzalez here. Runner at second, 2 down. And he'll miss outside, 2 balls and a strike. Astros concluding this road trip and this long stretch of playing 17 of 20 on the road. This 7-game, all right, they've got a 7-game homestand coming up in Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. And a tough go of it for Brad Mills. There's a foul right off the end of the bat. This road trip, they were 0-3 last weekend in San Francisco. 1-3 in San Diego, and currently 0-2 here. A lot of young players on this Houston squad. The guy there in the middle, the former Diamondback catcher, Chris Snyder. Looks like everybody's got a different kind of cap, something different on the side there, celebrating their 50th anniversary for Astros baseball. Two with 2 outs here for Coleman. Swing and a miss, got him a high fastball. 4th strikeout for Josh, and that runner stranded at second. Still a 1-1 game. Cathedral on the Rock in Sedona, Arizona. 1-1 ball game, bottom of the 5th. On Friday, July 27th, Miller Lite invites any legal drinking age consumer with the first, middle, or last name Miller to visit Coach and Willie's between 3 and 6 p.m. to pick up a gift card for a free case of Miller Lite so they can celebrate their own Miller time with friends. There will be lot of people. This ground ball by Young. He's out at first. One away.
I'll have to wait until they put one of those for people that have vowels at the end of their name. That was a polite way of putting it.
Yeah. 1 pitch, 1 out here for Lyles, who is rolling.
Good looking pitcher.
Diamondbacks have had 3 hits off him. They have not had a hit since Montero's single that followed the Kubel home run in the 2nd inning. Overbay hit into a fielder's choice his first time up. Anytime the Diamondbacks score 6 runs or more, Taco Bell gives away 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 p.m. the following day at participating locations. Ball and a strike. Lyles is really settling in right now. This Astros bullpen took a little different look the last few days with Brandon Lyon, part of that Big 10-player trade, heading to Toronto, and then their closer. Ground ball to second here by Overbay. Out at first, but Brett Myers was shipped off to the White Sox yesterday. I have a feeling there are going to be a few more deals, Joe, before the 31st comes
in. Yeah. It's too much talk not to have more deals.
A lot of teams still in that kind of gray area where they think maybe that they have a chance to get to the postseason and want to hang on here over the next 8 or 10 days to see if that's going to be true. With that extra wild card. Rookie Ryan Wheeler popped to second first time up. He takes a strike. Low and away. Lyles is looking for his second straight 1-2-3 inning. Down low. Wheeler would like to get on to get Coleman to the plate. Young rookie third baseman just up from AAA Reno. He drove in 90 runs. There's his second big league hit. That was really smashed into right field. A 2-out knock.
I tell you, I said it when I first saw him. He's got a sweet swing, and he's going to get a lot of hits. That's a quick bat. He doesn't sweep at the ball when he's swinging. Like that.
A second big league hit. Here is Coleman. Strike call for the Diamondbacks, their 4th hit of the game.
Big base hit because you get Coleman up there, and if he gets a hit, fine. But if he makes it out, he doesn't lead off the next inning.
Another strike 0-2, and that's the difference between American and National League ball.
That's right. Designated hitter. You like it, designated hitter?
No, I've always been a true National League fan. I think there's a lot more strategy. Fun to play around over the course of a ball game and think things out a little bit more.
Yeah, but the designated, who pays to watch a manager think?
You like the DH?
Yeah.
You do. Ground ball was short. That's Allison's got it. And that's it. Inning over. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We'll have the 6 in the 1-1 ball game.
and get home safe. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Josh Coleman are back to work. He knows he's in a tussle here with Jordan Lyles, a 1-1 ball game. A couple of solo home runs. Maxwell and Kubel. I've been saying home run Kubel quite frequently. Haven't we, Joe?
Lucky he doesn't have a name like Tulowitzki.
Yeah. Let's do a little AT&T trivia. Let's see what we got today. He was the first shortstop to hit 30-plus home runs, 30-plus stolen bases in the same season. So 30 home runs, 30 stolen bases, same season. Give it some thought. Was it a guy who maybe was honored today?
You got it right on the nose. Barry Larkin.
A strike here to Scott Moore. Candy worked the game last night, and he likes to give wrong answers because he said he likes to get buzzed. There's a shot to center. Young going back. And going back. He can't get it. It's up off the wall. And heading to, he's going to stop at second base, Scott Moore. Moore's sinking double. And it leads off the 6th inning. Moore had a home run earlier in this series.
Got it right on the fat part of that bat, and he knew you touched it off. Took a crazy hop coming back, but Young played it well.
That gets kind of a danger zone out there.
It is.
With the way that ball could bounce. And Chris did a good job of holding Moore to a double. Now the number 4 hitter, Chris Johnson. As the Astros get the go-ahead runner in scoring position to start the inning.
Boy, that's one thing about the new ballparks. There aren't that many quirky places. I mean, the old days, the Polo Grounds, the Ebbets Field.
But there you can see that 407 mark in that area right in there. The ball is hung up under there and ricocheted off of those. The overhang you have to worry about here.
Aren't that many balls hit out that far, though? Unless they show a movie on it.
Ball and a strike on Chris Johnson. Astros 6 for 26 runners in scoring position this series. There's a foul back. Well, we already gave you the trivia, AT&T trivia question and the AT&T trivia answer. The newest Hall of Famer, Barry Larkin, 33 and 36 back in 1996. That used to be a defensive position. I mean, you know, a guy you could stand guys not hitting for much power or much of an average, but not anymore, Joe.
No
it's
way.
Changed a lot.
That's right.
That was Larkin's MVP season.
Hey, it's the old saying, man. You shake a tree and gloves fall out. You don't find many bats falling out of those trees.
One-two count here. Coleman has struck out 4. He could use a strikeout. Runner at second to start the inning. And that won't be a strikeout. That's going to gap it out to left center. Run will come in. Johnson changes places with Moore. An RBI double to make it 2 on Houston.
Curveball, it seemed like it was a curveball. It was low. He went down, got it, but it seemed to hang up there. That hasn't been happening to Cole Mentor. Sometimes that tells you that, hey, maybe running out of gas. Nagy's going to come out and talk to him, though.
I think the Diamondback bullpen's going to start getting busy, too. Nice swing. There was another one that one of the Astros hitters went down and got.
Yep. Was in a good spot, but it makes no difference what you throw. It's how you got to that pitch. That's the important thing.
Broncos up. Mike Zagurski for the Diamondbacks. Starting to loosen. Whatever Nagy just said, it brought some smiles to the face of Hill and Overbay. Let's go to Brad Stanky right now. Brad, what you got?
Well, I'm here with some very proud parents, Jerry and Heather Wheeler. Of course, the proud parents of Ryan Wheeler. Now, last time I talked to you was his Major League debut. We were up here. He hadn't got his first Major League hit. There's a great sense of relief right now, I'd imagine.
We are so happy to be here and so grateful to the Diamondbacks. And yes, that was just flat out awesome to see that hit. It made us relax, and hopefully he's relaxing too.
Now, the story of that first ever Major League hit the ball, it's a pretty interesting story. Lyle Overbay kind of played a little joke, and then you were in on part of the joke as well on Ryan. That's not fair.
Yeah, so one of the players came to us right after the game and brought the ball to me and said this was the real ball, and that the players had played a stunt on Ryan, that they actually put the pitcher's name and they put the wrong date and they misspelled his name, but Ryan had no idea, and he brought it out to us all excited and handed it to us, and the pitcher and his wife were watching while we discussed it with Ryan, and we were hugging him, and we were able to then play along. And then we told him, hey, wait, this isn't the pitcher's name. And then he's like, I don't care, Mom, it's the ball. And then we said, no, we have the real ball, and it's numbered, and we're just so proud to have it.
That was Brad Ziegler, I believe, who played that joke. A proud papa here, obviously. When you saw him get that first base knock and another one tonight, that's the kind of hitter you've seen ever since he was a youngster.
Yeah, we have confidence that once he gets grounded here and gets used to everything, gets the excitement of the first few days or past, I think he'll settle in and hopefully be able to stay here and contribute to a winning D-backs team.
You know, he's been pretty honest with you. I talked to him after that game. He said he wasn't all that nervous. What did he tell you about that first ever Major League experience?
I think there were a little bit of nerves, but it was more just everything was happening so fast. Kind of a whirlwind, if you will. Get the call, get over here, hardly do all the background stuff in terms of signing forms and all the stuff that you have to do, the administrative stuff, and then finally to the game. So I think it all is a little bit overwhelming at first.
And Heather, I asked you the other night what it felt like when you look out there and see him at third base on a Major League team. What does it feel like?
Oh, it is unbelievable and amazing, and there have been so many people that have helped him along the way, and I'm so gracious. There have been host families and just all sorts of parts of the country that have taken care of him for us in the summers, and it isn't just us that got him there. There's a lot of people and coaches, and we're just so proud.
And he's hitting 286 now. You like that better than the other number. Guys, we'll send it back to some very excited parents looking on tonight. Ryan Wheeler's folks.
Absolutely. And a hit to boot. So it's been a nice weekend for him. The batter is Brian Bogusevic. A run in the inning. Back-to-back doubles by Moore and Johnson. So Houston's got a lead here now. And it pitches outside. We mentioned the Astros were 6 for 26 runners in scoring position in this series, so their 7th hit dating back to July 5th. 14 games. They only hit at a 124 clip. Only a dozen hits and 97 ABs. Yeah, that situation. There's a ground ball on the right side over Bay Fields. Down to it. He throws to Coleman covering for the out at first. But the runner advances to third. This work between Overbay and Coleman.
He had to lead him. It's not an easy play. Coleman gave him a good target. Nice play.
Now the infield's going to pull in here. Down a run. 6th inning of the ball game. Justin Maxwell at the plate. He is homered. And he is struck out. Overbay and Hill, well, they're chatting right now, but they're about as close. They could almost shake hands. They're so close at first and second. That's about as tight as you can play right there.
If he'd hit one off the end of the bat and squib it down that first base line, look out.
High and tight. 2-0. This becomes a big hitter for Coleman or the Diamondbacks. Maxwell. The Astros have gotten a lead now, trying to make it a 2-run lead. The way Lyles has been pitching. Swing and a miss. Guy to chase there. Would have been a ball, but he couldn't lay off.
Well, you got a guy you can knock in, and I tell you what, you usually you strike a hitter out or get the pitch that you want for a strike when it looks like a strike, not that it is. And Montero's not a guy that jumps around there. He moves, but he doesn't jump around. Umpire gets a good look.
They got the man hung up. More, you could just see he was frustrated. Wheeler runs it to Overbay, and now the tag is made. Now they miss on the squeeze attempt, and that really hangs that runner out to dry. Maybe a throw or too many for the Diamondbacks, but they got the out. That's the important thing.
I think there were about 4 guys involved in that. Watch this. He didn't even attempt the bunt.
Johnson.
That's where it should have ended. Back and forth is right.
2.536.
2.536. Let's see. In New York, that beat a combination for a safe.
It's an out here, Joe. 2 outs. Cat's gone to 3-1 on Maxwell.
What?
Strike.
You know who was tough in those rundowns? The best I ever saw. Jackie Robinson.
Oh, yeah. Corner just got the outside corner. Very outside corner. Now the count's 3-2. Astros have gotten the lead. But there are 2 outs in the inning. Nobody on. And now Maxwell pops it up on the infield for Hill. A couple of steps into the outfield grass. Settles under it. Has it. 1 run on 2 hits. Diamondbacks got the top of the order coming up. 3rd time around as they try and get to Jordan Lyles. They trail by a run. Astros are going at it. 2-1 Houston as we go to the last of the 6th inning. Fun times out of the RamTrucks.tv pool. And a big crowd out there again today. That place is always packed. Fans having fun. Sold out for every ball game. Diamondbacks need to get to work here, Joe. 3rd time around in the order against Lyles.
Tell you, Lyles has been very impressive. Very impressive.
And it's Parr, Drew, and Hill. Parr's been on twice with a single, a hit by pitch, and then was called out at first on a pickoff. Replay showed differently. Outside ball 1. in the leadoff spot of the batting order today for Kirk Gibson. And he takes a strike. Lyles is at he's only thrown 68 pitches in this game.
He's still in the 90s with his fastball.
The fly ball to left, backing up. Out it is Maxwell. Shy of the warning track, one out. Well, beginning this week, it's executive week. During the D-backs live pregame shows, your chance to hear from the front office that makes the decisions for the ball club. Don't miss executive week, presented by SCF Arizona, beginning tomorrow at 6 p.m. right here on Fox Sports Arizona. Mike Bell will kick it off. Diamondback Director of Player Development. That should be fun times. Roland Heeman, the Hall of Famer. Kellen Maxey, Derek Hogg, Kevin Towers, they'll all be on. It's coming your way this week. Stay tuned. Strike one here to Stephen Drew. He was 0 for 2. He's hit into a double play and struck out swinging. And a broken bat bleeder here. That'll fall for a hit. He lost the bat, but he got a base hit. He'll take that.
I tell you, there's a guy's been hitting the ball right on the screws and right at somebody, and he hits one on the handle and he gets a base hit. They're supposed to equal out, but you wonder sometimes.
I'm sure a hitter will tell you they never do.
He had a good swing at it, I'll say that. Didn't hit it on the fat part of the bat, but just enough to get a base hit. He likes it.
Aaron Hill twice in this ball game is grounded out today. Aaron came in with a 12-game hitting streak. Doug Eddings said he swung. Didn't hold up. Strike one. You see that ranking right there. First National League in average hits, homers, and slugging percentage. Having a heck of a year. And a base hit here in the left field. Got it by the third baseman, Johnson. Stopping at second is Drew. So the Diamondbacks got a little something going for that guy coming to the play right here.
Boy, you couldn't want a better situation. Base runners at first and second, and your fourth place hitter up there who has hit a home run, and he's been hitting home runs for, it seems, a month and a half. He waited on that ball and really drilled it.
13-game hitting streak for Aaron Hill. Here's Kubel. Now the Diamondbacks, over their last 4 ball games with runners in scoring position, have really been delivering. 10 extra base hits, 460 batting average. That's 23 for 50 over that stretch. In addition, 9 walks. This is where they've really been cleaning up on teams. Kubel going to try and do something right here.
I don't know why the catcher's giving signs. I really tend to doubt that he will bunt the ball.
No. That's a given.
Why would you give signs?
Foul out of place, strike one. Well, you've got the right guy up at the plate in this situation. Who's been delivering time and time again for the Diamondbacks, Jason Kubel. Homer to the second inning, number 21. Struck out swinging last time up. That was in the 4th. Back-to-back one-out hits. Kubel takes the ball outside.
You know, you saw something there. The catcher went inside thinking that he might throw Kubel off, thinking he was going to throw inside, and then he went outside. Watch the catcher move. Goes in there. Now he goes out there. Can't trust the catcher.
No.
No way.
Base hit right field. Here comes a runner around third. Bogusevic's got an arm. And back to third base goes Drew wisely.
Well, I tell you, Matt Williams did a real good job. He was way up the line, and he had those hands up right now. I mean, he was like a railroad crossing. Stop. Nobody won out here, and nobody was able to score, but you're in pretty good position now.
He just ripped this ball, hit it so hard it got out to Bogusevic in a hurry. It'll load the bases for the Diamondbacks. with only one man out. Doug Broquel, the pitching coach, out to visit with Lyles, who got Parra on a fly ball to pretty deep left field to open the inning. Drew then followed with a broken bat base hit to right. Hill shot one through between third and short. And then Kubel into right field for a hit to load him up. Montero's 1 for 2 in the ball game. And Miggy with 52 runs batted into the year. That's tops among all catchers in baseball. And a ground ball back up the middle. The flip at second. Everybody's safe. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. Diamondbacks lead it. That time they couldn't get the handle, Joe, at second base.
No, he couldn't find it. Great base running by Hill. And Williams motioned him on. That was actually a bonus run, that second one.
Let's see if we can see what happened here. The flip. Now Altuve just didn't come up with it on the flip. Another nice play by Gonzalez. Yeah, he tried to barehand it. Didn't get the handle.
That cost him.
And the Diamondbacks now have a lead of 3-2. And a ball inside to Chris Young. We're awaiting the official ruling.
I think they gave him a hit. No.
Fielder's choice, E6, 1 run batted in. So Montero gets RBI number 53. And Air allows the other runner to score.
Thought he might get a hit on it because there was a lot of acrobatic conditioning, I guess you'd call it, going on there. I mean, they were all moving.
There's a shot, but foul by Young down the
good swing.
Third base line.
Boy, that second base has really been busy.
Well, they gave that air on Gonzalez. It looked like a pretty good throw to Altuve at second base. I mean, it was a flip. He tried to barehand it.
That's where he got caught. Barehanded it.
Young won around. 2-2. But they gave the air to the shortstop. Diamondbacks really don't care who got the air as long as they got the runs, and they got a couple. That's the bottom line, right?
That's it.
Mostly right left-hander starts to loosen. Young takes inside, full count down 3-2. Well, this is the third time around in the order against Lyles, Joe, and the Diamondbacks batters, hitters have look like they got a read on him now.
Well, he's been relying on the fastball to get his out pitch. You can't look for it with 2 strikes, but you'd be kind of halfway looking. Let's put it that way.
Young, a high drive, deep left center field. Back she goes. Goodbye. 3-run homer, Young. 6-2 Diamondbacks. That is cashing in a hurry. The Diamondbacks have their third 5-run inning in this series, 1 in each game. Boy, that's striking quick. Young, number 10. A phone home run. Another $150 going to Central Arizona Pond Rescue Association. And I'm sure, Joe, the San Jose Ball Club has seen this time and time again this year.
Well, his out pitch has been his fastball, and it cost him. He really drilled it.
6-2 now. Diamondback now over base hit to right. Lyles is not fooling anybody now.
The gas tank is wide open. Somebody got to come out and talk to him, slow him down.
Let's take another look at Chris Young's 10th of the year.
He hit that ball a mile. always felt you can't hit a ball that far unless you're looking for it. And he hasn't been able to, and he's talking about it right now.
Tacos for the Diamondbacks one more time. On a roll with those. They are really on a roll. Between 4 and 6 p.m. Following day, participating locations. Taco Bell giving away 3 free tacos. It's a foul back by Wheeler.
Well, the momentum has certainly gone to the Diamondback dugout, but the repeat is working for us. So we're 1 out of 2 here, right?
Hey, that's what it's all about. You get 1 out of 2, you're hitting 500.
That's right.
Right?
I'd still be playing.
Swing and a miss. Big hack there by Wheeler. Ryan's got a hit today, 1 for 2. Ryan Roberts is out on deck, so Coleman's day looks like it's coming to an end. Josh in line for a win now. I believe the Diamondbacks 6 solid innings here today. Wheeler fouled one. Coleman, start of the year. We'll get back to Josh momentarily. In the rotation and really struggled. And then went to the bullpen, and he was outstanding pitching for the Diamondbacks in the pen. And he really got his season turned around. And now back in the starter's role. And a big smile on his face. 1-6 today. Leaves with a lead, and a pitch outside to Wheeler. Our APS Energy All-Star last 7 runners in scoring position. That's cleaning up there, Joe. 433. Ground ball hit to short. Gonzalez will go to second. That's the only play they have. I think he got the bag on that one.
He's just not going to let that one go.
He did get the bag on this one.
He made sure he stepped right in the middle of it.
Yeah. So Ryan Roberts announces a pinch hitter now, batting for Coleman. Ryan's down the average to 249. Wheeler just reached on that fielder's choice, went 6-4. Overbay is out at second. And a little high to Roberts, ball 1. It's been a big 6th inning for the Arizona Diamondbacks. There's the pitch total on Coleman, 107 in his 6 innings of work. There's a base hit for Roberts. That's 4 pinch hits now for Ryan Roberts since the All-Star break.
And I'll tell you, it just doesn't happen. He's one of the hardest workers going. And he's got a thing in his mouth, a teeth guard, which he's using to try to stop using tobacco. Boy, that made me feel good. Him and Montero both, those are my 2 projects.
Well, that's going to be it for Lyles. Well, Joe just mentioned that mouth guard. When we come back, Fran Stanky will give us even more information on what Joe was talking about. Diamondbacks with a big 5-run 6 here and a 6-2 lead.
Joe Garagiola just mentioned the mouth guard that some of the D-backs are using. It's made by Under Armour, and it really is just for the bottom portion of the teeth. It's supposed to help in jaw alignment and also breathing. Chris Young has been using it. He said that they were going to try it out, and if it worked, if they were winning, they'd keep using it. And so far, guys, in this series against the Astros, it has been working like a charm. So it prevents chewing tobacco and also breathing and jaw alignment, and also apparently it helps with your offense as well, Joe.
I would say it helps with the offense. That's good. Good report there. I like that part about the chewing tobacco, Brad. Nice going.
You got it.
Gerardo Parra, the left-handed hitter here against Wesley Wright, the new pitcher for Houston. Low, ball one. Corporon can't find it. Scoots out in front of him. Wright appearing for the 47th time now. His battery efficiency at 61%. Giving up 4 home runs in 27 innings. And Ben Francisco has gone into the outfield, left field. And he's in the pitcher's spot in the order. Maxwell is now out of the ball game. Parra with a 1-1 count. Parra today is 1 for 2. A base hit in the first, hit by a pitch in the third, and then fly to left in the sixth here. So the Diamondbacks, for the 4th time in this series now, batted around. That ball just clanks right off the catcher's mitt, goes to the backstop.
They'll probably give a wild pitch, but that should be a pass ball. A one-handed catch with a guy in scoring position. That's when you shift over.
They give him a pass ball. He's got to catch that.
I mean, he caught that like he bought that glove at Black & Decker.
Gloves are a little better, though, than the one you used to catch with, aren't they?
Oh, that thing. That's at the Smithsonian.
Parra with a chance to pick up a couple of more here. Really make it an inning. And he gets a base hit. And it will score 2. 7-run inning. 8-2 D-backs. Boy, this team attacks and attacks quick, don't they?
That they do. He went right with the pitch. It was a good piece of camera work right there to watch his eyes as he watched that ball hit the bat.
Well, man, it's taken him a few innings to get the bats going, but man, they get them going here. This will be the 11th man to bat of the inning, Drew. And he has a hit and a run scored in the ball game. 7 big runs in the inning for the Arizona Diamondbacks.
I tell you that the mood is going to change. We talked about repeat, and right now they are repeating. And the Astros, another tough game to have to play and watch.
One ball, 1 strike count on Drew. They got Parra picked off. He hits to second, and he's out. Tagged on the back pocket, says the second base umpire, Jordan Baker. But a big inning. 7 come in. Chris Young, a 3-run homer. 10th of the year, and it's now 8-2 D-backs. trade. Josh Coleman. What a game he had. Gave the Diamondbacks 6 solid innings here. Striking out 4. 2 runs allowed. And in line to get a win now. Our Tools of the Trade presented by Ram Trucks. Josh left the mound at the end of the top of the 6th inning, Joe, and he was trailing 2-1, but now the bullpen takes over. A big 7-run inning as the Diamondbacks on top 8-2, and Mike Zagorski comes on the pitch.
He looked good. He was in control of all his pitches, and he went over 100 pitches, I believe.
107, I think it was. So Zagorski will face Schaefer, and then Corporon and Francisco here. Francisco on the pitcher spot. He came into the double switch. Eight runs allowed by Lyles. 5 of those were earned. Didn't walk anybody. Struck out a pair. Gave up 2 home runs though. Zagorski has fallen behind. 2 balls, no strikes. Zagorski's last 9 games, a 1.17 ERA, only 1 earned run in 7 2/3 innings. Misses away 3-0. That won't make a manager very happy if you want the leadoff guy after you come up with a big 7-run inning.
Base on balls never make a manager happy. Never, ever.
There's a strike.
That's baseball's version of a gift certificate.
Follow-up play. He's gotten himself back into the count now, 3-2.
He got a 6-run lead. Just rear back and play good old country hardball. Throw them strikes. You know, that's what Sats used to always say. Throw peas at the knees and those high riders under the chin. Whatever that meant. But he could throw strikes.
And he'll miss outside it. He walks Schaefer to start the 7th inning. Well, the D-backs are inviting the Dogs back to Chase Field on Sunday, August 26th for Bark at the Park, presented by Pet Club. The Dog can enjoy a pregame parade on the field before joining you for the D-backs Padres 110 game. Dogs must be pre-registered for the event. Call 602-514-4400 to log on to dbacks.com/barkinthepark. That's coming up. Foul out of play here by Corporon, who turns around and bats right-handed.
First time I saw that was in Montreal.
Yeah, they used to do it a lot.
Oh, man.
It seemed like every time the Diamondbacks went into Montreal, they had a Bark in the Park day.
It's a good idea.
And there seemed to be more dogs on hand than there were fans in the stands.
Yeah, but if the dog comes, the owner's got to come. Well, so it's a good idea.
That's true. Swing and a miss. And a 0-2 count. A big 7-run 6th inning for the Arizona Diamondbacks here. And that's their top inning runs scored this season. Twice they had scored 6 runs in an inning. Outside, almost had Corporon chasing, almost hit the outside corner.
That was outside. Wanted to protect that plate and realized it was too far outside.
Foul out of play. Diamondbacks now put up crooked numbers in 8 of 24 innings in this series. And that crooked number again, that's just something other than a 1. You see the big 7 there. They had a 5-run 4th inning last night. 3 innings in which they scored 2 runs. In the first game here, they had innings of 3, 5, and 4. Chris Young put 3 of those on the board with that home run last inning. Ground ball down to third. Let's see if Wheeler can start a 5-4 3 double play. Nicely turned. Breaker throw to Hill, who had plenty of time to double up Corporon coming down the line.
Left fielder.
Kid is cool. I tell you, that first game when I saw him, the ball was hit to him, man on third. He looked him back and then made the play. He gave that Hill at second base a perfect throw. Let her high.
2 outs now for Ben Francisco, who bats for the first time. He came into the double switch. He takes a strike call.
Gursky's just rearing back and firing. Fastballs. Keep it up.
Ball and a strike. He's been working a lot, and Kirk Gibson's been entrusting him in more important roles as this season has gone along. Like in his 26th game. Steer right.
That was a breaking ball. The great equalizer, Uncle Charlie.
1-2 now.
You know, another thing I like about Montero, and of course, having been a catcher, you focus in on him. He does use all the pitches all the time.
Yeah, he's not afraid at all to.
No, he goes back to me, doubles up.
Well, he knows what that pitcher's strength is, and even if you're not getting your pitch over, I mean, you can't abandon it for the whole ball game. You got to try to keep it working in there.
Well, now Zagorski's a fastball pitcher, but there are days that his fastball is not his best pitch. You have to find out that day what is his best pitch. You know, I've often said that your own catcher can get you run out of the game quicker than anybody.
It's a little different catching a starter and catching a reliever. Montero will warm up that starting pitcher, so he knows what he's got coming into a ball game. But that reliever, he's got to kind of take a look, see as the batters go on.
But he's got a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
You're right.
But I mean, what's working and what's not? Line drive caught by Drew as he goes up the ladder to end the inning. And Zagorski puts up a goose egg after a leadoff walk, gets a double play, nobody left. Stretch time at Chase.
Lead over the Astros. Jody Jackson and Mike Fetters getting set for our post-game show. Diamondbacks Live, presented by CenturyLink. And Mike, about an inning and a half ago, we were ready to talk about a pitcher's duel, but the Diamondbacks once again put up a big offensive inning.
Yeah, Lyles was having his way with the Diamondback lineup for the first 2 times through the lineup. That third time through, the Diamondback hitters knew what he was throwing. They knew what kind of breaking ball he had, and they cashed it in that last inning and scored a bunch of runs.
They certainly did that. 33 runs scored in the series so far. We'll also talk to you guys about Josh Colemanter and his strong performance through 6 innings. Guys, back over to you.
All right, thank you, Jody and Mike. Yeah, nice outing by Josh today, and he's in line to get a victory, his second of the year, as the Diamondbacks scored 7 times in the bottom of the 6th inning. And working on an 8-2 lead here as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Mike Zagurski visiting with his pitching coach, Charles Nagy. Brad Ferguson is loosening. His newest Diamondback, Brian Shaw, being optioned to Reno today. Nagy's done a great job with his pitching staff in his year plus. He's had some injuries to deal with this year, most notably the 16-game winner Daniel Hudson, who is now out after Tommy John surgery. Drew was at the plate when Parra was caught stealing to win the 6th inning. Here's Daniel. Good to see him. Blowing a big old bubble.
Boy, that is a biggie.
All right, gets ahead of Drew. 0-2. It'll be Drew, Hill, and Kubel. And Kubel did it again today. A home run in his first at bat. 4 in 2 games here. Drew a foul back. Out of play. For Stephen Drew, this is game number 17. And his 60th at-bat of the year. Called out on strikes. Let's update that Nissan text poll. A or B, yes or no, the question. Time for full replay. 65% say yes.
Second baseman, Aaron.
Maybe had a possibility on a little replay here today. A miss of second, but an out called. And a missed swipe of a tag at first.
It's only 2 plays out of 162 games.
I would think that I really wouldn't mind if you had like an eye in the sky, an umpire sitting watching the game.
No.
And he could make a quick decision, a couple quick looks, and then boom, right down to the field.
Hey,
it was missed.
They make quick decisions now. No.
A couple of wrong decisions right there.
But I told you, only 162 games.
Popped up. Second baseman Altuve is under. He'll retire.
You can't talk to a camera anyhow. I mean, how'd you like to say, that ball was a strike? You think that was a strike? Take the next one, we'll all be inside.
That camera's nodding yes in agreement.
No. You're not going to get your wish, camera. No, you're not. You're not. We're not going to use you. We use you on a broadcast so that people can watch it on TV, but not in the game. No, cameraman.
Yea or nay? Outside to Kubel.
Man, I am getting old. I'm talking to cameras.
I was just going to try and bypass that for you, Joe, without anybody really.
That's what we do at the home.
Here's one pitch to Kubel and a big swing and a miss. A ball and a strike.
Listen, baseball should be entertaining. It should be fun. It's not life or death. I mean, the poor folks in Aurora, those are the people we have to worry about. All that tragedy.
1-2 now on Kubel, who in addition to the home run has singled today, scored a couple of runs.
I'm surprised he hasn't done a commercial for somebody yet. All those home runs.
It might be coming. Into left center. Is that ball going to get down? Yep. And it gets by. Kubel is going to get at least 3. They track it down out there. That's about as far as he's going to go. No further than that. He's the third with 2 down.
He got the second. He was really leaking oil, I'll tell you that, man. He was really out of gas.
Somehow, some way, if he could get one more plate appearance here, he'd have a chance for the cycle. Home run, single, and now triple today.
It's kind of weird what happened out there, though.
Francisco just joined the ball club a day ago, and he and Shaver No communication, evidently.
Schaefer looked like he was going to make the play, and Francisco was just watching it.
Kubel at third with 2 down now for Montero. Miggy came into this ball game leading all catchers in Major League Baseball. 52 runs batted, and he's got 1 today, giving him 53. Pierzynski and McCann each had 50. Ruiz, Philadelphia. Molina, the Cardinals, 47. 49 and 47. There's a strike. If you're wondering about Kubel, that's his 3rd triple. He's had a 3-hit day here today. This is what we were talking about with Miggy. A chance to pick one up here. Take a 4-run batted in lead. He's in the hole, ball 2 strikes. Ground ball hit sharply, but right at short. Gonzalez on the first off the bag, but out. And Diamondbacks are winning. Yes.
Goodbye. Goodbye, camera. No. No.
Sent 10 to the plate. And Chris Young, our Chaz Roberts air conditioning cool player of the game, with this 3-run homer. His 10th of the year. It's a happy Diamondback dugout. Well, they put some runs up in this series.
I tell you, when you talk about momentum, they really got it. Just waiting for the next guy to come in.
Well, a Baltimore Oriole fan is here, and he's got a former Baltimore Oriole on the mound now for the Arizona Diamondbacks. The newest member of the D-backs, Brad Bergeson, is going to come on. Bergeson was claimed by the D-backs July 20th from the Orioles. The Diamondbacks added him to the roster today. Brian Shaw optioned to AAA Reno. Last season with Baltimore, his numbers. 26 years old. And he's ready to go here. Brad Bergeson against Jose Altuve, who shows bunt, takes a strike.
It's the first time I've seen him pitch. He's got a unique delivery, like he almost stops in mid work there.
Kind of hesitates before bringing it forward. He was teammates with David Hernandez. There's a slight hesitation in bringing it forward. With Baltimore, that pitch down low. Ball's behind 2-1.
You better be alive when he throws that ball. Find out where it's coming from.
6 innings for Coleman, 1 inning for Zagurski. And now Bergeson on here in the 8th. And a base hit back up the middle by Altuve. On for the third time today. Walking a couple of hits.
Shortstop Marwin Gonzalez.
There's David Hernandez. Probably will get the day off today. Pitched last. When was it? No, it's been a little while. Ball one to the switch hitting Marwin Gonzalez, the shortstop. Diamondbacks trying to make it a series sweep here over Houston. Rockies coming into town tomorrow night. 3-game series.
He thought that ball was inside.
Into center. Young going back. He gets there and has it. One man out. Hey, hitting the road. Take Fox Sports Arizona's coverage of the Diamondbacks with you this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Diamondbacks out of market game live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit dbacks.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere.
First baseman Scott Moore.
One away now for Scott Moore, who swung the bat pretty well in this series, including today a couple of doubles. Left-handed batter.
You know, watching him pitch, Greg, I just get the feeling that if you batted against him, you'd come back and you'd say he's throwing harder than he looks, because it's a slow get into his wind up and then whoop, here it comes.
8-2 Diamondbacks on top here in the 8th. 1 on 1 out. Swing and a miss. 0-2 count.
He's in the low 90s. Sure doesn't look like it.
Ground ball to second. Let's see if they can get 2. Hill to Drew. Overbay double play. So the Diamondbacks will come to bat in the bottom of the 8th inning, leading by 6, and it might be a good day for the D-backs. We'll update you on the Giants game with the Phillies and the Dodger game with the Mets coming back. Giants and Phillies, a big day for John Mayberry Jr. Not one but 2 home runs to help the Phillies get to extra innings. And then Jimmy Rollins ended the ball game with a single to drive in the winning run as the Phillies beat the Giants 4-3. So the Diamondbacks at the moment 6.5 back. A win would pull them to within 6 of the first place Giants in the West. Definitely striking distance. As we move to the bottom of the 8th inning, it'll be Chris Young, who's got a 3-run homer today, and then Lyle Overby and Ryan Wheeler against a new pitcher for Houston, left-hander Fernando Abad. Always nice to work with the Hall of Famer Joe Garagiola. Have been here, and last time we worked Joe, we had a Diamondback victory, and that was the game Bauer pitched.
Dodgers, right?
Yeah. A little offensive explosion here today in the 6th inning. 7 big runs for the D-backs. Ground ball down to third. Nice with through Chris Young out on away.
And that bat really splintered. I went back to that thing I was reading, and I'm sure that Kubel is the player who was processing the images and information in the usual cortex.
Well, that cortex has been big.
Oh, yeah, cortex. So I'm going to ask Jason about if he knows what a cortex is. Probably says no, but I can hit home runs, and I made a believer out of me.
Oh, they fouls one, strike one.
Boy, he's on a good streak.
4 homers in the last 2 games, 3 last night, 1 today. 21 and 71 now in the year. He's had a 3 a day, and he's got his average up to 300. That's a pretty good year. Going right there. Jason Kubel. Diamondbacks pounded out 12 hits here this afternoon. Aaron Hill, the 2-cycle year for him within 11 days of one another. Wade Miley won his 11th last night. New rookie record. Victories, strike 3 call to Overby, and that's out number 2 in the inning. The 2 quick outs. Everyday heroes are around us. You can nominate a person or an organization that's inspired you with their acts of selflessness in our communities. Submit their name. Visit valleychevy.com and facebook.com/valleychevy. Winners will be chosen to appear on the Diamondbacks live pregame show. It's Everyday Hero presented by your Valley Chevy dealers. There's Ryan Wheeler. Wheeler has a hit today. 1 for 3, scored a run. Swing and a miss.
94. That's where he's been thrown.
JJ's up, needs a little work. Probably going to come in and pitch to the 9th. Outside to Wheeler. Well, the Diamondbacks with a win here would pull to within a game of 500. They've got the Rockies coming into town while the Giants go to San Diego. And the Dodgers play the Cardinals. And Corporani got all turned around there, but he blocked it just in case there was a swing. There was not.
Left-hander really pumps hard. I tell you what, boy, they're doing exactly what they had to do against this Astro club. Man, he was all over like a Zamboni.
Wheeler, good foul back to the screen. Good cut at it. Keeps it 2-2. Let's see, 40 hits in the 3 games for the Diamondbacks against Houston pitching. 14-14, 12 today. Justin Upton got the afternoon off. Wheeler, a high towering fly ball to center. Hit it well, but it's going to be caught by Schaefer, or should be caught. It is. Side retired. We'll head to the 9th inning with the Diamondbacks leading the Houston Astros 8-2. August 11th, the D-backs take on the Washington Nationals. And 20,000 fans will get a Gerardo Parra bobblehead courtesy of FreeCreditScore.com. Plus, all fans in attendance will have the chance to win exclusive in-game experiences, VIP upgrades, autographed memorabilia, and more. Get your tickets now for Ice Court Saturday, calling 602-514-8400 or log on to dbacks.com/tickets. It's a good-looking bobblehead. Got that gold glove. And here we go. Into the ninth. The backs 3 outs away from sweeping the Astros. As they lead 8-2, and their closer on in a non-save situation. J.J. Putz. J.J. getting a little work in here. He's appearing for the Diamondbacks. Ready to go. It's his 32nd game. First up against him, Chris Johnson. That's side ball 1. Coleman went the front 6. Zagurski and Ferguson at inning each. Now J.J. Ground ball chop up the middle. Nice play, Drew. Fields pulls him out 1-1. Sure good to see Drew back out there, isn't it, Joe?
Boy, it is. And I tell you, he just makes plays, routine plays, look routine, and tough play he makes look routine. You like a shortstop who doesn't give the other team an extra out.
Here's Bogusevic, the right fielder. 0 for 3 in the ball game. Astros 8 hits, 2 runs today. Diamondbacks have only left 3 base runners on. That's because they've been clearing up with runners in scoring position all series. You get on base, you're going to score, it seems like, huh? I want to know from JJ. Ground ball hit the hole. That's on through between third and short, a base hit. This MLB on Fox season. Fox Sports is proud to support Boys and Girls Club of America. It's a safe and inspiring place where youths can reach their full potential as productive, caring, and responsible citizens. To learn more, please visit greatfutures.org/Fox Sports. That's a little young lady that Jason Kubel gave the baseball to out in left field earlier. Made her day. Matt Downs at the plate here for Houston. He started the first couple of games. And he went around. Couldn't hold up. It's been a good series for the D-backs, Joe. They got a ball club that's coming on the heels of playing 17 out of 20 on the road. And they have been struggling, and the Diamondbacks have done what they needed to do.
Exactly.
And a grounded to short. Let's see if this will end it. Drew to Hill, and then on to first, and that's a Diamondback winner. They sweep the Astros here. 6 straight home wins, and they just belted the ball all over the place. Well, they got runners in scoring position in their last 7 games now, including this series against the Astros. We'll be back to wrap things up here at Chase Field. Diamondbacks beat the Astros today, 8-2.